Hi, it's Sheridan here from the Training Designers Club, which is the place to go for practical L&D support, especially if you work on your own. It's Friday afternoon, it's sunny, I've just about finished, but I have got one thing on my mind because I've just been on LinkedIn and I was reading an article about the fact that predictions are, from this particular writer, that the learning workshop will be dead before the end of this decade. And I've got mixed feelings about that. I'm not going to lie. I work with people who generally facilitate live sessions, be they virtual or face to face. It's the world that I grew up in, and there's nothing wrong with it fundamentally. However, I totally get it that with technology being the way it is, the choice that we have now as to how we can learn, and the fact that it does seem very, very silly to make people give up a whole day to go through training when they might actually only need one specific thing. And I totally get that. And of course, with face to face, you've got the cost of getting people all in one place. There's hotels, there's travel expenses. So I do totally get it. And the fact, of course, that there's so much information out there. Um, I've been saying for years that our value isn't in the content that we include in our courses, it's how we bring that content to life. I write ready written training courses. I've got 50 of them that you can buy. The content is all out there, freely available on the internet. There's nothing new in there. Well, maybe a couple of things, but mostly it's all out there. It's the way that it's brought to life, because that's how people learn. People learn when they make the emotional connection with the learning. They don't learn just from reading something or from listening to something. And this is the concern I have with this. I'm just getting a feeling that the industry is trying to push everything down the digital route. And I say, not against digital learning. It has to be part of the mix. It is so valuable. Like everybody else, if I want to learn something, I will Google it. I'll ask AI. I'll search for a video. This is how we learn now, but that only works if you know what exactly you want to learn and why you want to learn it. And in my experience, a lot of people don't always know that. They know what their problem is, but they don't necessarily know specifically what they need to learn or what they need to change in order to solve that problem. And that's where human interaction really trumps just straightforward, self-guided, digital-based learning. People do like to learn from other people. When we have conversations with other people, we get a totally different perspective. We get new ideas. We get our own knowledge, our own assumptions challenged. And it opens up a whole new way of thinking that we simply wouldn't have if we were just scrolling through our phone. So, is the training workshop dead? No, it isn't. Um, I think long form training workshops are probably dead. There's nothing quite like getting the perspective of someone else, hearing their stories, having someone listen to you and share their perspective. And that is only properly done by humans. You're probably going to tell me that there's an AI coach that can do all of that. And believe me, I have great conversations with my AI assistant, and they're good. But I'll tell you what's better, and that's the designers drop-ins that I have when we have 5, 6, 8 people from our VIP community chatting through ideas, because AI cannot make the creative leaps that people can. And you can't get that richness of experience when you are solely relying on digital learning. So, been a bit rambly, I'm afraid, with this one, but I think my musing is human-based training is not dead. I don't think it will ever be dead. It will just change format. So, as learning designers and learning practitioners, I think we need to be ready to embrace that change in format, think more about the whole learning journey, thinking about how we can connect people to each other and not just with the trainer or the program leader, and how we can facilitate informal learning supplemented by the more formal elements, which may well be technology-led. For more more thoughts on training design, many of which are not as long as rambling as this one, do check out the rest of the channel, which is Training Designers Club. Check out the website, trainingdesignersclub.co.uk. Listen to the Training Design podcast and come and join our VIP community so that you always have people around you to help you to grow, learn and develop.